Welcome everyone to the Week 7 Hambone Fantasy Football Update. Yeah, I was away for a couple weeks. I didn't forget about anybody. Um, even above fantasy football, life does get in the way. So sorry about that. If you were looking for your updates or looking for your highlights and all that stuff, I do apologize. I'll try to be better about it in the future. Okay. Let's go to some highlights. We're at the pretty much the midpoint of the season. We've already played 7 games, and um, this season we're going to have the 14-game regular season. So we've made it the halfway mark, and we're going to go over a couple of highlights, and then we're also going to talk a little bit more about um, where the standings are, where we're going to start talking about, the cutoff line for the playoffs and that sort of thing. Um, Special kudos. But let's get to some highlights. Let's see. I'm pulling up notes as I go. First things first. The Saltwater Rednecks. Wow. They just put the wallop on Super Saucy Spaghetti 204-74. That's a 130-point margin of victory. And Phil of the Saltwater Rednecks actually asked me to look this up to see if there had ever been a 130-point margin of victory. And I looked it up. And as best as I can tell, I don't think we've ever had that. We've had 2 instances that I could find where there was a 125-point margin. The first one being in 2009. The Silver Bullets defeated Gridiron Grandma 192-67. And then in 2011, my Hambone Burger Kings defeated the Peteyville Pirates 205-80. So both of those were 125-point margins of victory. But this would now take the record. So congratulations to the Saltwater Rednecks. You definitely displayed your dominance over Super Saucy Spaghetti. And if he actually watches this, I think Sam's going to be pretty pissed that I'm talking all crap about his team. But anyway, congratulations. The Saltwater Rednecks were led by Mr. Former Detroit, now Mr. LA, Matt Stafford, with 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a total of 36 fantasy points. So congratulations again to the Rednecks. They are 4-3 on the season. And if I remember correctly, that should put them, and I'm reading stuff as I'm going, I believe that puts them tied for first place in the division. This is exciting video. I hate my computer. Oh, this is what I get for trying to do stuff out live. Okay, well, let me get back to the stand. We'll get back to the standings in a minute. Oh no, I take that back. 4-3 on the season. They are in second for the World Championship division, behind my Burger Kings and 20 Minutes with Tebow. So that's what's going on there. Also highlighted this past week, a much narrower matchup. Leland Lizards narrowly defeating Albino Rhinos 139-131. The Lizards were led by the New England defense, who had 2 interceptions, fumble recovery, and only allowed 13 points. So congratulations to them. That puts the Leland Lizards to 5-2 on the season, which that does have them share the top spot of the U.S. Championship division with the Nowhere Elder Dragons. So great job for there. Now, let's go. Let's look at a game of the week. Game of the week. Let's pick a game here. You know what? I'm biased. This is the single, and this is me, not so much even being commissioner, but just a fan of fantasy football. The week 8 game of the week, hands down, has to be my favorite fantasy football week of the year, and that's the Hambone Burger Kings taking on the Nowhere Elder Dragons. It is the oldest rivalry in our league, and frankly, the Dragons, that's my brother's team. He's my oldest friend. He's also my oldest adversary, just in life. So I'm going to say, the Burger Kings versus the Dragons will be the game of the week in week 8. So good luck to Patrick. I'm sure he's going to wish me luck too. And I'm sure right after I stop posting this video, I'll send him all sorts of smack talk. But anyway, who cares about that? Looking at standings. As we're looking towards the playoffs, going forward, I'm going to each week tell everybody at least what the cutoff line is to get into the playoffs. That will be, of course, the division winners of each division will get an automatic bid. And then the top 5 remaining teams will also get seeds. So currently, the cut line for the division for the playoffs is a 3-4 record. If you have a 3-4 record, you at least have a chance. I believe there's a split right now. 3 and 4s would be the Silver Bullets and Team Bears. One of those teams, if the playoffs were today, would have the 8th seed. If you are below that mark, you're going to, in order to get in the playoffs, you're going to need to win and also hopefully have some help. If you're above that line, then you want to just keep playing well to stay in there. One thing I noticed, and I don't think I've noticed it until this year, if you look into the standings, there's actually a percentage that of the likelihood that you would make the playoffs. The cut line, as I've determined it, seems to coincide with the percentages. Teams at 3 and 4 or below, that number really drops off for you. So, anyway, good luck in going into week 8 into the second half of the season. And if you have any questions, feel free to give a shout out to me or anybody in the league. Trades are still open, so if you want to talk about that, we can do that in the group chat or talk individually amongst yourselves. I can broker any deals if you'd like, or at least put you in contact with other teams. Okay, so I guess I gave us an extra long episode this week, but have a great one and talk to you soon. Bye.